Let's talk about why stocks are falling today. It's currently 4:08 p.m. The stock market just closed here on the East Coast. All right, I'm going to share with you guys why my $20,000 stock portfolio is down at least, I think, 25 to 30%, fluctuating every single day. If you guys don't know, stocks are massively down right now. They've been getting killed the past couple weeks. They're down due to a few reasons. A few of those reasons we're going to talk about in this video, so stay tuned. We're going to go into how much I have in my stock portfolio at 20 years old and how much I'm down by. And before I definitely go into all of the video, I do want to say that I'm just a guy on YouTube. I'm not a financial advisor. I am personally sharing what I'm doing and the mistakes I've made in the past, and then also what's going well, even in this red market. So first things first, at 20 years old, I have a stock portfolio of about $20,000. That is including reinvested profits and also initial deposit. So my initial deposit as of 2022 was $18,000, and I profited within the last year or year and a half passively about $2,000. So in all, reinvested that $2,000 back into other stocks, and together that's about $20,000 invested. So what stocks am I investing in that I'm down $4,000, $3,000 per day? We're gonna get into that. We're gonna get to all of those stocks that I personally invest in. I'll also be explaining why I've been buying these stocks and some of the reasons that I believe I'm confident in holding them long term and having them for 5+ years or 10+ years. I do try to invest in stocks that I believe have a future a place in the market, a future value to people, consumers. Let's get into my stock portfolio right now. If you guys like my phone case, thank you. But let's see, Morning Brew, first thing I opened up to. If you guys, by the way, if you guys want to stay on top of news, and I'm not sponsored by this at all, but Morning Brew, I use Morning Brew to read up on current events every single morning to keep up with stocks, stock news, things you guys need to know to invest in the stock market. Morning Brew, subscribe to them. I literally don't even get paid for saying this. I just think it's helpful for you guys. I'm gonna open up my Webull Roth IRA, and if you guys don't know what our IRA is, a Roth IRA, it's a retirement account where all of your profits, when you take it out at 59.5 years old, will be tax-free. So you will initially deposit money that you already have considered tax on. You then buy and purchase stocks or options, and any profits you have in there, you keep non-taxable. You can't take them out until 59. Or else you'll be taxed regularly like a regular stock account. The best thing is that any amount of dollars, millions, billions, when you withdraw at 59.5, whether that be passive or active investing, you will have it tax-free. But there is a limit of $6,000 a year per tax year that you can deposit $6,000. So you can't just deposit $1 million and all, your profits are tax-free. That'd be too easy. Whatever you guys make within a Roth IRA, you get to keep. So that's why I actually love to talk about my Roth IRA and why I'm talking about it right now. And let's get into what stocks I have the most money in. So I'll be talking about the stocks that I invest heavily in most. Now, I don't think we'll have time to go through all of these stocks. That might be in a whole nother video. But if you guys are interested in my whole portfolio, make sure to comment below. But first, let's go into my biggest investment as of 2022, February. I have over $4,000, a little over $4,000 in Coinbase. I invested in Coinbase since IPO. So I bought Coinbase very, I would say foolishly when it IPO'd at around 250, but it ran up to around 350, almost 400, and I bought around almost 400, so like 380. And it just continually fell because Bitcoin fell for a while. It dropped all the way to, I think, 29,000 at one point, and I even made a TikTok about that. It rallied up all the way to, I believe, 60, somewhere in the 60s, 60,000, and that's when my Coinbase stock had, it rebounded tremendously all the way to the 300s. So Coinbase went all the way to 300. It is today now sitting at around $200 a share. I've seen as low as 180 a share, and I saw that as a buying opportunity, so I bought more. I am, my average is currently 252, so that is taking into account that I bought around 380 and buying more now. So I'm basically close to where I IPO'd, 250. I'm down about $800 just from that. And one of the reasons why I put so much money in Coinbase is that I was still learning so much about cryptocurrency, NFTs, and the space that I didn't have enough capital to, number one, buy Bitcoin, buy Ethereum. If I had more money, I would buy, crypto, except I don't. So for now, I'm indirectly investing into cryptocurrency and its future. I do believe that there's a future in purchasing and trading where governments aren't, tracking everything. Now, governments are going to be trying to crack down on things, but the fact that we have things such as the metaverse coming now, you can make an argument about that if it's a huge thing or will be a huge thing or not. I believe so. With cryptocurrency and NFTs and the metaverse being within the next 10 years, I believe it will be something. With their quarterly earnings, they do well over a couple billion. There's a huge market out there for crypto, and there's crypto.com, but Coinbase is in the major center of cryptocurrency and trading cryptocurrency. So I love Coinbase. I think there's huge potential for its growth, and it's going to be staying around. It's not going anywhere. So that's why I invest heavily in Coinbase, and it being down so much is why I continued to buy more. And that's more the reason why it has the biggest holding in my portfolio. It's been beaten down by several reasons, and I'm going to be talking about why these stocks are being beaten down in the second half. Second half of this video, I'll go a little briefly over it. So stay tuned to that, guys. So the next stock and second biggest holding in my portfolio is Etsy. Ticker symbol ETSY, literally Etsy. I have over 15 shares in it, and that's a little over $2,500 or around $2,500, and I'm averaging at 163 a share. I've made a lot of money in Etsy in the past when it's gone up to as high as 300. I used to buy it at around 180, and I sold it around 200, 220, and it continued to go up until 307, all-time high. And now that it's at 135, I continued to buy more. I continue to buy more at 150, 160, and that's a huge reason why my portfolio is around 163 average. It's at 135 right now, which is why I'm down again. I'm down a little over $400 on that. Etsy is a company that I also like because it makes purchasing arts and craft supplies very easily. It's the eBay of arts and crafts. It's the eBay of supplies. It's the eBay of painting. I looking up how to buy my LED lights, I was looking more on Etsy instead of Amazon. Looking up on how to, buying paintings for my room, I was looking on Etsy rather than Amazon. And things like that, I realized that Etsy definitely is going to stick around. And with, the sickness being around, a lot of people were, starting businesses at home, starting arts and craft projects at home to sell in their garage. And their annual profits or their quarterly profits are awesome. They constantly do well. And its track history of its stock doing well also has led me to purchasing over $2,500 worth of it. Now, I'm gonna run through the next couple just for the fact that I do believe that this video is gonna go on very long if I continue to name every single stock on here. So, the next stock is going to be Zillow Group. I'm a real estate agent, and I'll tell you firsthand how much of an impact Zillow has on the real estate industry. Although realtors are not going out of business, Zillow still has a huge impact on the consumer side and also on real estate agents. I get clients telling me all the time, but Zillow says that my house is worth this much or that much. And I'm like, I understand, ma'am, but they don't know exactly what your neighborhood and what your house looks like. So it's not worth this much. But, you know, with that all aside, jokes aside and stuff, not really, that really happens in my line of work. I buy leads from Zillow. Me and my team pay almost $1,000 a month to Zillow just for leads, and that's a small portion of how I get my clients, but that is a portion of how I get my clients. Now, in doing research of how much people actually spend on Zillow leads, people and teams, real estate groups and teams will spend tens of thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars per month for leads, for clients. And that goes to show you guys how much people are going on Zillow to look for homes, how much agents are using Zillow to get clients, and they're profiting on every single side. You know, they bought Trulia. They're such a huge part of real estate, and they're not gonna go away anytime soon. They make a lot of money every quarter. The main reason why I bought Zillow, and also the second biggest reason, is that it's down over, you know, more than half, almost 75%. It was at trading over $200 a share. Now it's at around $50 a share. So why not buy now? Maybe it might go down more, but I'm going to buy now just because I know the value of this company and stock, and it's a great price now, and I'm gonna buy and hold. It can go down another, you know, 5%, 10%. I'll continue to hold it. There's at the price point where it's at now. You know, every stock I've bought so far, Coinbase, Etsy, Zillow, I will continue to hold even if it continues to go down. So that I just want to make that clear that I might be buying a little early, but I am buying, and in the past week or two, I've been buying every single day, little by little. I'm not the type of person to put huge chunks of my money at a time. You know, I put 1,000 here, 2,000 there. You know, Friday it's down another 10%. I'm putting another 1,000 in. The next Monday it's not down another 10%. I'm putting another 2,000 down. And that's how I've been doing it the past week, and why I'm up to almost $20,000 invested. Let's talk about now why stocks have been falling as of the past, you know, couple weeks, the past month. I talked about rising interest rates in my last video and how that affects real estate, but in this video I'm going to be talking about how the federal government and its policy making will affect stocks, or has affected stocks, and will continue to affect stocks. So as soon as the Federal Reserve went public that they wanted to combat inflation, hyperinflation, by raising interest rates, the stock market tanked. Within the past week, people have sold off their stocks, companies have sold off their stocks, you know, millionaires have sold off their stocks. People are pricing in what the federal government has said into the market. So now that I believe, personally, now that the stock market has priced in, you know, the fear of the federal government raising interest rates, I think the stock market is due for some type of return. We're going to be seeing whether it goes down a little more. I think I'm okay with holding it at the point it is at right now. So if it goes down more, I won't be like, oh darn, I should have, you know, not bought. I'm okay with holding it. I should have made this video sooner for you guys, but I wanted to have a position in the market and, you know, have skin in the game before I talked about, you know, stocks that I bought and why I bought them, and to share with you guys. There's so many more stocks that I'd love to talk about, but we just can't fit it all in one YouTube video. But if you guys are still watching, wow, you guys are amazing, and I really thank you guys for watching throughout the whole entire video. If you guys want to support me and see more videos like this and more updates on the stock market and what I'm buying, and, you know, maybe real estate videos, stock videos, credit card videos, make sure to click subscribe and smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm to hopefully help push this video out there. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.